wins in the playoffs in 69-70. Tonight for the Knicks, #1. They're down 22 with about 7.5 to go, and they came back to win game 1 in overtime. To the podium now for Jalen, Brunson, Mikal, Bridges, and Cat.
Got a question for each of you. Starting with Mikal, those 2 huge threes that you hit in crunch time. Just can you kind of walk us through how it felt watching those go through, and did it feel good when they left your hands? Did you know that they were going in?
Yeah, I think both of them did. Just trying to drive, make a play. I think they did a great job of denying out. And then teammates just, reminded me of the shot clock, so just try to make a play. And then the last one, just man right here, just trusting me, that same side, corner 3, and just trying to be ready and just, try to make the shot.
Really, just for all of you, I'll ask you first, Jalen. Maybe just what kind of boost did Shamet give you guys tonight? Not only with that shot, but defensively on Mitchell down the stretch.
Yeah, he played big time. That's just who he is. He's a true professional ever since he's walked into the league, and then I've got to see his work firsthand this past couple of years, and so he's up to any task that you put in front of him, and so he's been that player, and he's been that player for us, and we have the utmost faith in him.
I guess for any of you guys, it looked, when you're down 22 and even before that, and there was one time it looked kind of animated in the huddle. Just kind of what are you guys saying to each other, to keep each other going when it's not going right?
Yeah, just keep fighting, keep chipping away. We're not going to get it back in one possession. Most importantly, sticking together. No matter how that game finished, habits translate, and so they get translate to the next game. So just finishing the game strong, regardless of whatever's going on, making sure we're having the right habits. So we'll be going to the next game. We're doing what we're doing. We're not just giving up. We don't want to give up ever. And so just having faith in each other.
Mikal, a question for you. You got assistance now.
Appreciate you.
Was wondering just about your play against Atlanta and Philadelphia. It felt like the kind of the lock that you fit in was the defensive role. Like that was your big thing that you brought to the table against both of those teams, and that's just kind of synonymous with who you are and your reputation at this point. So I was wondering what it's like bringing that kind of level of intensity defensively against all sorts of different kinds of opponents, even despite whatever's happening in the scoring column. It looks at least like you have such a pride in that end of the floor. I was wondering how you keep that level of motivation up.
Yeah, I think just how I've always been. Just trying to be a defender, make plays, and obviously as I got older, just kind of feed into that role when I got to college, in the league as well. But yeah, just taking on that challenge, and definitely it was just one of my rules to play defense, to guard the best guys, and obviously it's never by myself. I got teammates behind me that's going to help me. But yeah, it's always dope to have the challenge of guarding different guys who are really skillful, from Nikhil, CJ to Maxey, PG, now to James and Donovan. So yeah, just
defensively, he was making moves, taking the ball to the basket, getting to the hoop. How you doing back there, boys?
Well, we have another bartender.
Twins.
We've added Steve Novak with the height.
I don't get a seat.
I'm like this here. Back from the corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Are you good at mixing drinks?
Yes, actually, I'm very good at it.
We got all of this here.
Well, you don't have to mix these.
We have the tallest analyst crew in the history of studio programs.
Steve Valiquette?
6'10", 6'7",
6'6".
5.
Yeah. Something
7.5.
One of these things is not like the other. We'll give you 7.
How about Bridges?
But Bridges, guys, also, the threes are great. But that steal he had late, he had a big steal.
Oh, the Max Strus one?
Yes.
Strus didn't know what was going on.
Idea.
Like Alvarado.
Just ran up behind him. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, so his impact late in the game, big.
It was big. And I just think his ability, not every game, but is always there. It's such a constant to know if Jalen's going or not, if Cat is going or not. And when you have a guy like Bridges who can knock down shots, who can get easy buckets, who can answer when there's the best defender on Jalen, there's another big defender on Cat. When they've mixed up the defenses, I feel like Mikal is that guy who's a little bit more unpredictable. They lose track of him sometimes, and he makes you pay. And that is what makes you win in the playoffs. Guys have to step up. They've got to be able to answer the bell when the defense is being played on the Stars and things are being taken away. Well, there's a lot of guys on this team, including Bridges, who can fill it up and score it, and he did 18 tonight.
Since game 4 against Atlanta, well, he's been a different player.
He has. And it says a lot about a guy who, no matter whether things are going well for you personally, well for the team, not going well for the team, not going well for you personally, you stay even-keeled, you stay steady. And this is a guy that he doesn't let anything affect his focus on what he needs to do to win games and make plays and help this team win a championship. And we've seen it when he's been here against Boston when they pulled off those 2 heroic comebacks. He was the guy that had the belief that they could do it. And you could see it again tonight. He believed. He did everything to help his team make the plays, make the shots, make the defensive plays. But this is a guy that you want in your locker room when you want to win a championship. He did it in college, and he's been to an NBA Finals, and he wants a ring on his finger along with all the Knicks.
Let it be said, he's in the circle of trust now and forever.
Yeah.
Enough, right?
Yes.
Enough.
Enough.
He's in the
No
circle of
question.
trust because when it's winning time, he always seems to be the guy that makes the winning plays.
Yeah.
And let's not underestimate the contribution from. All right, we have our pregame and postgame shows for you for the rest of the series. Game 2 Thursday. Series goes to Cleveland for Saturday, and Memorial Day. All game times are 8, so we're on each night with our pregame shows at 7 o'clock. Here's Landry Shamet, the postgame locker room.
What was it like to be a part of that comeback victory?
A lot of fun, man. MSG comebacks are fun, and especially in the playoffs. You know, I'm just really proud of our group because, you know, that's quite the deficit in the fourth, and you know, we found a way to just chip away and compete and not look at the deficit and just one possession at a time, and we, you know, came out with the win.
Landry, what did you do? You personally against Mitchell, he really, the first 3 quarters, had it going, and then when you got in there, it seemed like you really slowed him down.
You know, just I think one of the luxuries of our team is we got a lot of really good on-ball, primary, off-the-ball defenders, team defenders, and that's a luxury that you can. You know, I didn't really play the first 3 quarters, and you know, you throw fresh legs at somebody who's got it going. Like I think that's just try to come in and compete, be physical, take advantage of the fact that I hadn't played, and use my energy that I had. And that's really it. Just try to compete, communicate, make it hard on him because he's a hell of a player, and obviously we expect him to come out and be aggressive, have a good game against us. So got to give him his credit. He did his thing and really hurt us throughout the game. So we're gonna have to make adjustments, but I think we were just connected and played hard and were physical.
What are you thinking when that three-pointer is rattling around the rim for what seemed like eternity?
Just always just stay down. That's what I say, stay down. And it stayed down. So, yeah.